flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, Moines County Board of Supervisors, Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. Are there any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have none.
We have an agenda. Meet with department heads and elected officials. Sarah Doty, Des Moines County Auditor.
Good morning. A lot of election stuff going on, preparing for the general, and we're still doing absentee voting for the special, and that'll be next week, so it's busy.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
Colin Gerst, IT.
Just keeping busy like always. Got connectivity and everything up and going out of the public health department there last week, so pretty much ready to go, I think, here, but other than that, nothing really new to report.
Thank you. Kevin Glendenny, Des Moines County Sheriff.
Plenty going on for us as well. Projects are moving forward, but really no major news for the board. The jail was at 102 this morning, 102 adults, and 28 out of county.
Kevin, have you heard anything on that? It's coming back this morning out there on the Danville 34. Looks like somebody got T-boned out there.
I'm not sure which accident that is.
That's one west, going
bad.
west.
They'll say, how many over do we have this morning?
That's all right. I just didn't know if you heard anything on it.
I'll look. I'll take a look.
Bad question. Which reminds me of a story. I had a friend that was a little bit ornery, and he's coming back from Gulfport. You might remember there used to be a toll booth in the old bridge. So I runs into the toll booth. And so he called me later in the day, he said, what should I do? I said, you better call him and tell him. So he calls up the police or the city or somebody, I don't remember at the time. And he said, I'm the one, he said, I ran into the toll booth last night. And they said, which one are you? They needed to know a time. And it's just so I'll try not to do that again. Rodney Bleasner, Maintenance Director.
Good morning. Just really busy, a lot of stuff going on. Just had a few minor things with the storm last week, nothing major, but got those all fixed up. And other than that, nothing new to report.
Thank you, Rodney. Jared Lassiter, Land Use.
Just keeping busy as usual. Got a number of things in progress right now. Land use. We have one subdivision out for review. I think that goes to the city council this week, and then we have the one that's on the agenda for today. So that's all I have for now.
Thank you, Jared. Shannon Prado, Emergency Management Director.
It's been a week. I said I wasn't gonna talk any about the weather because it's almost my birthday and I'm about to go on vacation, so I'm not ruining it with talking about it. But this past week, we did go under a disaster declaration. So what that means, there's been a lot of confusion from the general public, I think, about this. So what that means is that it opens up the grant opportunities for individuals. So that means the constituents of the county, not the municipalities, not the nonprofits, not the businesses, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of qualifiers that you need to meet in order to be able to be enabled to get these grants. So as I've posted, I know the cities have posted, I know it's been in the newspaper, you need to go online, you can go down to community action, and they'll have all of the things that you need in order to be able to qualify. But I just wanted to clarify that. It's for individuals, just the people of the county.
Many people think that the cities get a check,
Yeah.
and that the citizens are and the city's not paying money for the citizen. And some of it is also not even free money. Some of it is loans, though. You know,
Yeah.
that you can, if you reach a certain level of poverty, that you can you can acquire loans and stuff like that. So it's not just free money hanging out there. People really get a better understanding of
Yeah,
the declaration.
yes, yeah, so, yes, I've gotten a lot of phone calls about it, so, yes, just for individuals, at the moment. I am trying to see if there's anything available for other pathways, but, as of right now, that disaster declaration only means it opens up pathways for individuals. So, but I see the cleanup has really gotten underway. I love to see the, volunteers and everybody coming together to get it, cleaned up. But otherwise, weather was beautiful this weekend, so let's keep that going.
And thank you, you were out bright and early the next morning. You called, you were already out surveying storm damage
Yes.
early the next morning. I think you started in West Burlington and went to Brook, so.
I did.
That's great.
Yes,
Thank you.
and sorry I had you on the phone.
No,
All
that's
hours
fine.
of the
It's-
day.
I should be good for something anyway.
Yes.
And thank you for the 51 degrees this morning, that felt good.
It was beautiful, it was. I went for a run and I was not dying, so that was great.
Thanks, Shannon.
Yeah.
Natalie Stepner, Des Moines County Recorder.
Good morning. It's hard to believe it's September already, so that means that you can now renew your OHVs and snowmobiles. Hopefully, we won't need those, and off-road motorcycles. Otherwise, yep, just continuing to work on projects. I should say those renewals, you can come in person and renew, or renew online. But just business as usual.
Thank you, Natalie. Krista Poggemiller, Local Health Director.
Good morning. We're also keeping busy, still doing some immunizations for kids that are going back to school or have started school and are getting the second part of that vaccine. The public health building is coming along nicely. I'm excited. We're hoping to have that ribbon cutting and open house first part of October, so.
Thank you, Krista.
Krista, what's the age limit where they give you extra doses of flu vaccine?
I think it's over 65 that you can get the high dose, but we do not carry that because we get such a few people that ask for it, so, but I think like Hy-Vee and Walgreens. and
Do they
those-
recommend a high dose for people over 65?
For folks that are older, because the reason they say over 65, and I think it's 65, is that your immune system does not respond. So when you get a vaccine, you build up the antibodies, but as we get older, those antibodies don't grow quite as quickly. And so with the higher dose, it causes better immune response. That way you're prepared if you get exposed to the flu.
Well, Tom, you and I got a few years before we have to do that thing.
I'm not much on that.
I should put a caveat in there too, that if anybody has questions about that, because, so age is kind of a thing to go by, but some people who may have immunocompromised for whatever reason. So if you're thinking that's an option, definitely call your healthcare provider and have that conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks, Krista. Brian Carter, Des Moines County Engineer.
Good morning. Projects are moving along. We sent out a road closure notice this morning. The guys are gonna be working on a culvert on Pegtown Road, and we'll have that closed for 2 or 3 days. Should be open by the end of day Friday, and then I think we got another couple deep culverts right in that area that we're gonna work on. One of them's on the dirt road right there, so working on culverts, and hopefully maybe next week at some point we'll pour the first bridge deck up on Highway 99. I think the other one's a few weeks behind, so I think an updated, I need to give an updated time frame at this point, I think, for those 2 bridges. They're just lagging more than I want them to lag, but some of that's, maybe a little bit that's crews, some of that's just weather and delays and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a mix of both. I don't think I'd blame either one for all of it, but I would say Highway 99 for opening, I would probably tell people now, mid-October, probably what I would say. And I think Upper Flint's 2 weeks behind that, so I would probably tell people late October for Upper Flint, which is a shift from what I've been saying, but that's right now as accurate as I can get. Hopefully for once I'm a little long and it'll be a little earlier, but it's not an exact science, so there's no reason to try to get airtight on it right now. But we did retreat the detour route for the Highway 99 project with dust control again, just because we found out that it was gonna go longer, and obviously we'll be in the front end of harvest. And there'll be a little extra traffic, green traffic and such, so to make that a little safer, we went ahead and retreated that with dust control. So that should be in as good a shape as it's gonna be. We've had very few complaints up there this summer, actually. I think, seems like people have been pretty reasonable for the most part, sounds like, and, going different ways, obviously, traffic-wise. But either way, so those are our two biggies, and plenty of stuff going on. We did move, so those two big asphalt jobs, we moved back to the January letting, which nobody anywhere will know that anything changed, but what it did was opened up an extra buffer of funding, I guess is the best way I could describe that. So that's a 1 month change in the letting. It won't change the project at all. So Devin's still working on those plans as we speak and working on some other stuff too. So things are moving along. I'm taking Jim Thursday down to see the second motor grader torn apart. So we're gonna go do that. Look forward to him getting to see that process. But other than
Looking forward to it.
that, so, yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
The city buddy. Correspondence. Either of you gentlemen have any correspondence?
I have none.
Sarah? No. Procedure, discussion, and vote. We have payroll reimbursement claims in the amount of $545.58 and non-cash taxable of $16.51.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have accounts payable claims in the amount of $819,493.16.
Move to approve?
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have resolution 2024-44, the final plat for Fox Hollow Valley subdivision. I believe Jared's gonna speak to this.
Yep, I did send you a staff report in advance, although a lot of this should probably be a review since this was a larger subdivision that went through the preliminary plat review this spring. It's basically 4 lots and then another smaller piece that's gonna be transferred between the neighboring property just north of Burlington, off Iris Ridge and Golf Course. The long-term plan is this would all remain in the same family. Right now, the owners, their daughter and son-in-law are planning to have a piece split off for building a house. They're currently living in a manufactured home on the property, but this would just split that up as a separate lot. And while they're in the process of subdividing, they wanted to go ahead and just have several additional lots created for potential future homes for other children and grandchildren in the future. And so a lot of the activity here is just making sure that once that were to be if it were to be developed in the future, that there's adequate provisions for access and other utilities for those lots. And so it was reviewed as any other subdivision in terms of minimum lot size and utility access and all that. So as the board had approved the preliminary plat with a condition that it include access easements anytime a lot would share access with another lot, that appears to have been taken care of. There actually are several different options made available. One using the existing wide driveway to the newer house, as well as a shared access between the two lots 1 and 2, which are the closest to the road intersection. So that provides some flexibility in terms of how that is to be addressed in the future. And then in terms of it's in the 2-mile review area of the city of Burlington, so that did go to the council back in July 15th. That was approved for the final. We did hold off on this one a little bit because there were some issues getting a response from the neighboring property owner. Could be considered an agricultural property, and under those circumstances, we would require a fence waiver in lieu of the fence construction standards along that portion of the property line. And so it was kind of complicated because that property is under ownership of multiple family members, and they were having didn't have the access to the correct person that is typically responsible for maintenance of that property. So we've since worked with them, and they've been able to get in contact with that person, and that they were able to get us a signature on that. So that clears up the requirement there regarding fencing. So the zoning commission, again, backtracking a little bit here, our county zoning commission met on June 26th to review the final plat, and they did make a motion to go ahead or recommend approval of that to the board with the added condition. This is related to utilities, so this was something that came up in the preliminary plat process, how one of the lots has the service line for electric to the new house that goes through that lot. So, and of course that's in this case the closest path to get between the road and the house. So, just an acknowledgement here that if that other lot that it passes through, lot 3, if that were to be developed in the future, that something's on record here that either they'd have to make sure that any new building construction would not conflict with that easement around that service line, and or it could be moved if needed. But just so, since that's in the zoning area, we have responsibility over permitting there. It's just on the record that's accounted for in the future. So with that condition included, we would recommend approval of Fox Hollow Valley. Any questions?
Thank you, Jared.
I move to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We'll get those signed for you.
Thank you.
We have personnel action. We have one for local health. Jennifer Hartman, secretary, 3.39 hours unpaid on August 29th.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have 4 for the correctional center. We have Dominic Foster, a correctional officer, FEMLA unpaid hours 1.19. We have Sierra Kelly, an anniversary and 18 months step increase. The previous rate was $51,128.19. The new rate is $52,259.27. We have Kenyatta Rooks, correctional officer, medical, FEMLA, unpaid hours 73.30. And we have Angela Cooey, anniversary, 24-month step increase. Previous rate was $52,259.27. The new rate is $53,287.41.
Motion to approve all 4.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have 4 for conservation. We have Grant Swanson, excuse me, Grant Swanson, a conservation intern. New hire. Is this he's part-time or seasonal or?
He was seasonal and he's now gonna be permanent part-time.
Okay, so he's becoming permanent part-time. We have Aaron Keough, new hire, community outdoor recreation and educational specialist, moving from full-time seasonal to permanent part-time. New rate is $20 an hour. Angela Burnt, the conservation intern, environmental education. The end of internship, so she will be leaving. Trenton Gebhardt, conservation intern, end of season, so he will be leaving.
Move to approve all four.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Never fails to get. And we have one for the auditor. Sue Poling, first deputy, payroll, anniversary and 18-month step increase. The previous rate was $59,196.14. Her new rate is $62,897.87.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have minutes for the regular meeting, August 27th, 2024.
Move to approve?
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Any other business?
I have none.
I have some. I sent some of you, maybe Kevin, I know I sent the two supervisors and Brian a video, and if either of you guys would like, I will send you that video. It's, maybe I did, about the wind turbine damage in Mechanicsville in Cedar County, Iowa. They've got an installation up there, and they've had 3 fires. So during at least one of these, the damage to the fan, to the blades, I believe they're made of some sort of fiberglass. So they've got fiberglass and wire spread over 1,000 acres beyond the owner's land. So once you get that into you can't harvest the crops. And then you're gonna have to clean it up. It's ugly. And there's serious liability questions. Right now, they're looking at the owner because apparently all Cedar County did was say that they had to talk about decommissioning. So, and Jared, I know, looked at our,
I don't know the direct, exact details of what happened with their particular county, I'm just,
Well,
I just looked at their
and
ordinance. to see what's there.
I appreciate that. Anyway, so I went through our ordinance, and I have serious questions about the liability. You
Right
know,
on.
everybody's complaining about insurance and stuff, but I'm not sure our liability covers the landowner and all that. Anyway, we're talking 7 figures, I'm sure. So, I would like to, open ours. We haven't got anybody applying now anyway, so we've got time, but I would like to open our ordinance again, check that. And while, we were in, Des Moines for the Iowa State Association of Counties, the county's liability insurer is ICAP. And so Wileen White, I guess I don't know her title, but she was talking up there and I emailed her. And as it turns out, ICAP gives you 300 minutes with a lawyer. That's included on the policy. And so there's a lawyer, and I believe he's in Des Moines, that this is what he specializes in. So anyway, so she thought that, she recommends everybody have their wind ordinances looked at by this law firm, this guy. Anyway, so, and all we need to do is to, respond to them, and I will tell them that I have, approval from the county to do this. So I don't think this needs a resolution. Do either of you guys mind if I reach out to Wileen White, or well, I'd reach out to her and then reach out to the,
All right, Cap.
to that attorney and provide him with a copy, and then talk to him, say this is what we're looking at, and see if we are covered, and go through our ordinance anyway, if there's anything that he sees that stands out that isn't there, or should be there, or is there that shouldn't be there.
Right on.
I don't think this needs a resolution or anything. This is just, as long as I say I'm speaking for the county, I want you guys know that. You have a
Mine's
problem?
fine with me, I think that's a very, very good idea.
Okay, well, I think it would make us feel,
300 minutes, that's
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. Well, unless I get to talking to him, telling stories.
Let's get our share. Everybody else is gonna get theirs, let's get our share.
Don't,
He won't want to talk to Brian very long.
I was gonna say, don't take Carter with you.
But I'll explain what we're looking for, and I'll send that ordinance to him and ask him to do that.
Right on.
So,
Was that Cedar County you said?
Cedar County, if you'd like, it's like a 4 or 5 minute video, and goes through, and it's Mechanicsville, I believe. And you guys, I think I have both your email addresses.
It's worth the watch.
I will send that to you,
Great, thank you.
because I've sent it to I believe I sent it to a couple members of another board of supervisors too.
So where can we find the county's current ordinance?
On our website.
It's available on the county land use website.
Okay.
So Des Moines County Land Use, that includes also zoning, floodplain, subdivision, but there's.
Our ordinance.
Yes,
Talk about,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
Can you get to that through the county's website?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
just type in the ordinances and or wind ordinance or ordinances in the search engine.
Okay.
When you get on the land use page, it's got icons for everything. That's under the new website redesign from a few years ago. So just look for the turbine and what do you have for a sun, for a solar. So.
And if it'd be easier, when I send out that link to that video, I just include the link to our,
That's up to you, but I probably can find it.
okay, that's
Thank you.
fine. Okay.
You're more literate than we are on that then.
I'm not making a comment. Let you have your illusions.
We got Colin.
I don't, so, yep.
Anyway, that's all I had. Future agenda item, and I will get back to you after I find something out. Future agenda items. Committee reports.
Didn't have any.
I actually did have workforce development board, but there wasn't enough of us for a quorum, so, that's all I had.
Well, they had the semi-weekly, is it bi-weekly? I guess it's a bi-weekly meeting for the public health building, and and I drove by out there, it's like Krista said, the siding's on, you can see hose bibs and vents, so it's starting to look like a business. I see they need to put the roof flashing on, and it's starting to look like a completed building, and they're getting a lot done, so yeah, they should be done mid-September or something like that, and the furniture company can start moving that stuff in, so not a bad looking building.
And it's very nice.
I can take no credit for the design. It was Krista and Rodney that said you can do this and you can do that. Okay, public input. If anybody from the public would like to address the board, you can email the Board of Supervisors at board@dmcounty.com. That's BOARD@dmcounty.com, or you can call 319-753-8203, extension 4. That's 319-753-8203, extension 4, and we'll give you 2 minutes to initiate that email or phone call. In the meantime, is there anybody in attendance that has any comments or questions?
Did anybody go to the old thrashers? We took
Went for a little bit.
our 3 grandkids over there, and it was amazing to see a 3-year-old guiding the tractor around there. They had a place where they let him do that. And he did actually turn the wheel, and I figured he's gonna run through a fence or something. But he did a good job. And the 5-year-old too, he wanted to push that throttle on that old B model.
Was yesterday the last day, or is it yesterday was the last day, wasn't it?
Pop, pop, pop.
Grandpa had to ride on the Ferris wheel with the 3-year-old to make sure he held on. I got dizzy.
Jim, that was just a property damage accident, no injuries out there.
No injuries? Oh, that's great. That car, man, wait till you see a picture of that car. It had side airbags and everything blowing, it was all caved in on that side,
Safe vehicle then.
evidently.
Hey Natalie, I spoke with your sister the other day.
I'm glad nobody got hurt.
She was really being a little rough on you.
Say, remember, we're in a public meeting.
Yeah, better not say anything.
We can talk later.
Jim, did you set your duck?
What's that?
Did you set your duck?
Duck. Oh,
You want me to
ask
turn-
and you shall
you want me-
receive.
You want me to turn you off?
Nah.
There we go.
All day.
But we're the only board of supervisors with a duck.
Were you timing me too? Make sure I hit right?
I got a funeral at 11.
Huh?
I have a funeral at 11.
Oh.
With an eye, we're adjourned.
All right.
Y'all have a great day.
Okay, safe out there.
It was not now.
Oh.